Hi everyone, I'm Swati from Indiahikes. In today's video, we're talking about one of our newest treks in Uttarakhand, especially in the Kumaon region, and that is the Ranthan Kharak trek. Over the past 1 year, lots of trekkers have been going to Ranthan Kharak and coming back raving about this trek. But they've also come back and told us that there are certain difficult sections and difficulties on this trek that future trekkers need to be aware about. So that is what I'm going to be talking about today, about how difficult is the Ranthan Kharak trek. And I'll be covering everything you need to know, right from the altitude, the distances, the tricky sections. So watch until the end and learn how to prepare for this trek. You're watching Trek with Swati. We mark the Ranthan Kharak trek as a moderate trek, and there are 3 reasons for this. First is the altitude, then is the distance, and third is the tricky sections on this trek. First, let's talk about the altitude. So this trek starts at around 6,400 feet at Gogina, the starting point of the trek, and the highest point is at around 13,000 feet, which is at the highest point, Ranthan top. Now, this is a fairly big altitude gain for any Himalayan trek. And this means that there are quite a few steep ascents involved on this trek. So on the first and second day, you are constantly ascending. In fact, on the first day, you're descending first, losing altitude, and then starting your climb. So you're actually climbing a little more than expected. So you can assume that there are lots of ascents on this trek, and including some very steep ascents, especially like the section when you're going to the Chopo campsite. So definitely you are going to be covering lots of ascents, which also means that there are going to be long descents on this trek. So after you reach Ranthan top, on the very same day, there are long descents all the way back down because you're covering up the descent rapidly within 2 days. So you can expect this, and you need to work on your knees. Those will have to be your strongest feature for this trek. Second is the distances on the trek. Now, on the first and second day, you're covering around 6 kilometers. So you can expect to be trekking for around 6 to 7 hours. This is very normal for any Himalayan trek, a normal amount of distance. But the next couple of days, you are covering long distances over 8 to 9 kilometers on all the next few days. So this is actually what tests your endurance, because you're continuously ascending, descending, some flat walks in between, of course, but you definitely need to have that stamina to cover these distances. The third thing is the tricky sections. So now on this particular trek, one of the highlights is the beautiful ridge walk that you do, and also the beautiful ledge walk that you do. But these are also the same features that make the trek a little bit tricky, especially if it is raining or if there is snow on the trails. So this is something that you need to be mentally prepared for. You'll need good agility in your limbs as well. So how do you prepare for the Ranthan Kharak trek? It's pretty simple. You just need to do 2 things. Focus on your stamina or your endurance and building that. Second is focus on building strength in your body. So for the first one, we recommend running because it works on the same muscles as you use when you're trekking, that is your hamstrings, your calves, your glutes. What we recommend is trying to meet a criteria of running 5 kilometers in 35 minutes. So if you're able to meet this criteria comfortably, it will take some practice, of course, but if you can do this, then you can do the Ranthan Kharak trek very easily. On the other hand, we also recommend strengthening your core body, because you are going to be carrying your backpack and trekking, because that's ideally how you should be trekking. So for this, work on your core body strength, do some planks, squats, push-ups. We have lots of videos to help you understand what kind of strength training you need to do before a trek. So make sure you follow that as well. If you do these things, you can easily do the Ranthan Kharak trek, even if you're a beginner and have never stepped into the Himalayas before. Frankly speaking, this is one of the treks that our trek leaders have been raving about in the past 1 year, especially because of beautiful forests, the rhododendrons, and the clearings. They've been telling me that you step into a clearing and you'll mistake it for an alpine meadow. That's how beautiful and huge the clearings are, and that is why the name Ranthan Kharak as well. Kharak means clearing. So I hope you get to experience this and feel a sense of transformation on the Ranthan Kharak trek, because we believe this trek has the potential to change how you look at the world. It has the potential to impact your mind, your body and spirit, but you need to be fit for the trek. So I hope you use this video to get fit for the trek. If you want more information about this trek, we have a link in the description that covers all the info you need about this trek. If you have any questions, you can drop in a comment below and we'll get back to you. You can also write to me personally on tws@indiahikes.com and I'll get back to you. On the other hand, we have lots of other videos that help you get fit for treks, get you mentally prepared for treks. So make sure you take a look at the playlists that are in the description. We're also constantly sharing updates on our social media platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. So make sure you follow us there as well. We'll be back with more soon, talking about all treks you need to know in our country. So make sure you hit subscribe. I'm Swati from Indiahikes and you're watching Trek with Swati.